So, Super Smash Bros. 5 finally has been announced and is now known as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And over the course of E3 2018, we have learned many things, like the fact that, oh my god, everybody is here. Anyways, with that said, I've spent a bit of time thinking about the things I hope we will see in this new game. Some of them are things that are really likely to happen, while others aren't as much. But at the end of the day, I think that will make that little list more interesting. So let's not waste another second and jump in! I'm starting this list off with something that, let's be honest here, is a safe bet. It first arrived in Brawl, continued on the Wii U version of Smash 4, so not having it in Ultimate would pretty much be a step backwards. If it happens, which is really likely in my opinion, I think this really is the most exciting opportunity. With all previous Smash fighters present, playing on custom maps will be crazy. Now, what I specifically hope for is that they will add even more options to the building options for the maps. Why not add the possibility of creating moving stages? Another idea, maybe they could have a number of pre-made hazards for those custom stages that you could put. For example, like the Bilbo that just pops in Peach's castle. Not anything too complex, but hazards nonetheless. Of course, the specific details are not as likely to happen. However, I still think that the existence of a stage editor is. It remains a pretty good hope to me nonetheless, because custom stages are awesome. Speaking of custom stages... On one hand, I understand why they did not allow them in the online modes for Brawl and Smash 4. Trolls are trolls after all, so chances are there would be a mess real quick in terms of the maps, and I think it's likely many people just would not want to play on those maps. I think a part of the solution could be to separate each online game mode into two sub-modes. The normal version where you play on the normal maps, and the custom maps mode where the rules remain the same other than the fact that the maps are the custom ones. Maybe custom stages could be rated among players, and in this sub-mode, only the most popular ones could be available. If anything, I think that if they do bring custom stages into the online modes with anyone, this is the most likely option that will occur. If you play with friends, they probably will treat custom stages in the same way as Smash 4, most likely. While this whole thing isn't as likely to happen as I wish it to happen, unlike the previous entry in this list, I think it would definitely be thrilling if there were some options to showcase those glorious custom stages in online play, with people other than friends. This could add a whole new layer to playing online just for fun, in my opinion. Now, speaking of online play... Now this one is something that would really mess with our internet connections. And chances are, many of us, myself included, would not often play due to such factors. However, even considering that, I still think it would be awesome if that was an option. I love the concept of 8-player matches, due to how chaotic it can become. The number of times I actually played it with everyone being a human player and no bots can be counted on one hand. No exaggeration. If this could be adapted into an online format, this would be an opportunity to increase the number of times. Now, I'll be honest and say I would be surprised if Nintendo manages to include both this and the online custom stages at the same time. The chaos that would ensue would be unprecedented. But man, I would love this chaos. While I don't think this is likely, this could bring a whole new dimension to online play in Super Smash Bros. I feel this could bring new challenges. As a side note, considering how online matches are all timed, I wonder if they would increase that time for 8-player ones. A change in rule might be necessary, perhaps. Speaking of rules... After this really poor attempt of a transition I have done, let me explain my point. So far, There are 3 types of matches with their own types of rules: points, stocks, and coins. What I am particularly thinking is new rules that are kind of outside the box. While points and stocks are basic rules, coins is a bit more out there, though obviously it definitely isn't the most played. I mean, is it played at all? I legitimately can't recall the last time I played it. Anyway, why not try and implement some crazy ones? Even if we don't play them as much as the classic points and stocks rules, it might be fun and add quite some variety to the matches. I'll be honest, I'm not really sure in terms of actual ideas for those rules, but hopefully you got my point. It's not a deal breaker if that's not in the game, but it would just be nice if there were some new stuff, I suppose. Maybe you can discuss in the comments your ideas for such new rules? Well, that's pretty much all I have to say for this part of the list. So now let's go to the final one. The final destination. You know the one. Of course this had to be on this list. How could a Smash Ultimate Hopes list worth its name not include the solo campaign? Everybody knows the drill. Most people love the Subspace Emissary from Brawl and were disappointed by the lack of it in Smash 4, and I am part of this crowd of people. Sakurai had his own reasoning for not including one in that game, and I sincerely hope he will have something else to say if he doesn't include one in Ultimate. Considering the beautiful animation there was in the character announcement videos for Smash 4 and Ultimate, one could imagine how amazing the cutscenes for a solo campaign could be. It is even better considering the idea that all of the Smash characters are present in this game, so it will be the opportunity to pay tribute to the whole franchise, in a way, with every single Smash fighter in history fighting against a greater evil. You know, right now I'm thinking about how Sakurai actually had health issues during the development of Smash 4, working so hard towards making a high-quality game. While he claims he is fine for the development of Ultimate, I admit I can't help but feel like a spoiled brat when I am there demanding something as large as a solo campaign as much as I want it. Right now, he and the entirety of his team are making what potentially could be the largest Smash game in scale. I think that at the end of the day, we have to trust them. We know for a fact that Sakurai listens to the fans. Due to that, it is absolutely certain that he is aware of the discontentment about the lack of story mode in Smash 4, as well as what replaced it. Due to that, I do think there is a chance. A small one, yes, but existent nonetheless. Now, will story mode be a thing? Whether the answer is yes or no, I think we need to respect Sakurai's decision. We do not know the full content of the game. For all we know, there could be surprises he keeps up his sleeve. Well, good ones, hopefully. On that note, this is the end of the video. All of this, of course, is just speculation from me. All we can really hope is that the game will be great. Anyways, thank you very much for listening to me in this obnoxious video, and bye!